Hey y'all, welcome back to Resin Up. It's like almost 9 o'clock at night, but something popped in my head and there's something I want to try. I've just got to do this before I forget. I've got my diamond edge mold out here and I want to try a bloom, something I've never done before. So I'm just going to jump right into it. My resin is ready. I am going to, it's at 34 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and wrong cup. I'm so excited here. I can't even remember what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and pour off my, I think that'll be enough. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour. I know my resin looks purple, but let me tell you what I do, you guys. When I get down to the bottom of my jars, my jugs or whatever, I cut the tops off of them and I scrape what is out of them into my container. And I don't know if you guys have ever cut your jars open, but at the bottom of those is the purple uh, stuff that keeps your resin from turning yellow. And so this one here had all the purple stuff in the bottom. So it looks a little more purple than normal. And before you guys say anything, I do this all the time. All the time. Okay. Because I know what you guys are probably thinking. You shouldn't scrape the bottom of your jugs. I always do because I don't like to waste. Because you would be surprised how much resin is in the bottom of your jugs. I mean, it looks purple in my cup and it's really not even that purple. All right, I think that's enough. Okay. Believe it or not, never fails. Sylvia always has to leave her mark. All right. Check for any bubbles. Looks like I just have one. Oh, are you kidding me? Did I lose it? I did. All right. Make sure if there's any other ones floating. Get a paper towel here. Okay. Now, the color we're going to use is Midnight Black. I don't think you guys have ever seen me do a black bloom. And here we go. Well, thought I cut it. Guess I didn't. There we go. Okay. Here we go. And of course, I didn't get that in the center. I'll stop that right there. And I'm going to come over here. Try to finish this. Get this side even. Because like a dummy, I didn't start right in the middle. Okay. Set that right there. Let's fix our little globbies. Oh, gosh. Guys. See, I shouldn't be working this late at night. But I just had to come in here and get this done. Now I messed this up. Okay. I think I'm going to come out on these. And that's all I'm going to do. And we're not adding any other colors. It's just going to be black. Get all those tiny bubbles out of there. Those little micro bubbles that I just put in there. All right. Now we're just going to let it bloom. Okay. We'll see you guys back when it's time to go for the next step. Okay. Bye. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. So we are ready to move on to the next steps for this. I put a paper towel in here because we are going to brush the edge with this magic silver from Laura's Art Corner, because this stuff is so fine it goes everywhere, and I don't want it to go all over on the inside of my piece here. So I am going to get a brush here, and I'm going to try to keep it from going everywhere. Not that that's going to work, but there is a reason for that. So I'm going to go ahead and start, see if I can get this brushed here. Just going to keep my paper towel right up next to that. It's okay if it's on the outside. I don't mind that. But I will be using a piece of tape to get off the stuff that's in the center. Okay. Are you guys ready? This is what we're going to do. Now, this idea, like I said, popped into my head last night. And what it is, have you guys ever thought about putting texture behind a bloom? And I'm not talking about like glitter or anything like that. I'm talking about real, true to goodness texture. Well, this idea popped in my head last night, and so I had to come in here and do this bloom like I told you guys last night, and I've never done a black bloom. So the colors that popped into my head were black and silver. And so this is my idea. Tinfoil. So I've cut out my template, and and that's why I did the magic silver around the edge. And I'm gonna crunch this up, and I want quite a bit of texture on here. And I cut it bigger, and then we're just gonna unfold this. Oh, I just tore it. Gosh darn it. Had this thing cut perfectly too. Hopefully when I lay it in there, I can lay it Didn't mean to tear it. When I lay it in there, hopefully, I can flatten this out enough. Let me slide this over here and I'll lay it down. That'll make it small enough that it'll fit inside there. And I can push out the edges where it shrunk to make it fit. Totally experimental, but I thought this would look so cool behind a bloom. Will it work? Guess we're about to find out. Okay. So that should fit in there just perfect. Just like that. And now you're probably wondering, how is she going to get that stuck down so that there's no bubbles underneath there? Well, guess what? That's where this handy dandy gloosh comes in. So I'm going to take this back out and I am going to brush down, or brush, I can get a hold of it here. I'm going to brush this side with some of this gloosh. Move this out of the way. Now that I have it all the size that I need it, and then I'll brush that right there, and that'll stick that back together. So we're going to squirt some of this gloosh on here and let it dry, and then it'll be tacky and it'll stick to it. Should be plenty. Because remember, it dries clear, so that shouldn't affect anything. I'm just picking up the areas where it's pooling so that way we don't have to wait on that. And it's starting to stick. Trying to fix my tear so I can stop picking it up. All right, I'm going to leave it alone and let it dry. Clean my brush, and then I'll come back. Okay, we are ready. Listen very carefully because once it's in there, it's going to be stuck. Guess if I have to cut it now that I've made it bigger, I can do that. Which is exactly what happened. All that pressing on that glue made it bigger. So I'm going to get out my X-Acto knife here. And I'm going to press that up against. It's not much bigger, but it is bigger. Do this very carefully so I don't tear it again. Actually, I could probably just fold it over. You'll never even see it. Okay. Now it's all stuck down. So, should we color it black so that it makes sure that we, or should we do white? No, let's do black. Trying to decide if I'm going to need all of that. Let's pour a little bit more in here. And then if we need more, we can mix up more. How's that? Okay. My nose is running, y'all. Give this a squirt. And here we go. Yep, looks like we're going to need some more. Gosh. Oh, where did that come from? All right, I'm going to get my heat gun here and blow some bubbles out. Quick. Okay. All right, y'all. We'll be back on demold. Can't wait to see what this looks like. All right. Bye. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Gosh, I need to clean my table. It's gross after all these big projects. So the black bloom is finished. I already demolded it because I wanted to make sure that the edge was completely solid silver, covered with the magic silver. And are you ready to see it? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here's what I would do different. It looks good, but what I would do different is I would make my black uh, in here, I would make it stronger. I don't think my pigment paste was strong enough. It's pretty, but I would have liked more definition in my bloom, way more definition, because usually my blooms are, have a lot of definition in them. So if I were to do this again, I would do it so that my petals have way more definition. So maybe instead of doing the loop-de-loops, maybe just do, the spiral and see what kind of a bloom I would get that way. But it's pretty. And I think what I was thinking is that I wanted to be able to see the foil through the bloom, but I didn't want to see that much of it. Do you know what I'm saying? But the edge looks great. I like that silver. And then I think if I were to do this again, also, I would brush the silver first before I put any resin or anything in it. And that way, none of this would happen because some of that leaked underneath. I mean, it makes it sparkly, on top of there. But I wanted this to be crystal clear. So, but it's pretty. It's really pretty. I got stuff on the back because I was cleaning the table, trying to keep the table cleaned off so I didn't have all this yuck on the back. And I ended up getting it anyway, but yeah, it can be wiped off. Not a big deal. So, yeah. So it turned out nice. I like it. I just wish that it would have been a little stronger bloom. So that's the idea that I had. So you guys are going to have to tell me what you think. If you think I'm right, do you think the bloom should be stronger, heavier than this? I mean, what do you guys think about the tinfoil idea behind it? That's what I want to know. I mean, I think it's a cool idea. It looks really cool behind there. So that's my idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and um, if you thought it was a cool idea and what you think about the magic silver around the edge. And yeah, so that's my experiment for this wonderful Tuesday. So I'll wait for your comments, and then if you think it's a good idea, then, or if you think I should expand on it, maybe I'll redo this for coasting through the week on Wednesday and make a more stronger uh, bloom. Okay? All right, y'all. Hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me some feedback. I really want to know, because if you think this is a good idea, I'd really like to expand on it and make it a stronger bloom if you think it's a cool idea. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, why not? It's free. I'm always doing something different, always experimenting with things. And I have not ever seen anybody use tinfoil behind a bloom. So I don't know, maybe it's been done, but I haven't seen it. So yeah. All right, y'all. Remember, stay curious, stay creative, and always stay positive, and always be kind. And we'll see you Wednesday for coasting through the week. And depending on what you guys let me know, it might be this, but a change. All right. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Bye.